think Garcelle wanted to be the only black woman on Beverly Hills Housewives.
I did get that feeling.
Lord have mercy.
Thought that was my girl. She was a very different person off camera versus on camera.
Wait a damn minute.
I'm just so happy because now I have a storyline. I have my drama for the year, and I'll get to come back next year. Verbatim.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it.
I think that she's been able to get away with unnecessarily playing the race card.
Unnecessarily playing the race card?
Bitch, what? What's not clicking here?
So we really bonded over a lot of things. And, you know, with being the two black women on the cast, there are certain things that, you know, only we're going to kind of understand. Yeah. No, Garcelle and I got along great.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, I literally just saw a video on Twitter which moved me to create this video. So Carlos King had a guest, the former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Clocking.
Antibiotics. Annemarie, 8.5, I don't know. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, she had a lot of interesting topics to talk about, from Garcelle, husband, the ladies basically, you know, things getting cut out. But y'all, let's talk about it. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the.
So I'm looking at this video. I was on Twitter, minding my business, over here seeing everything under the sun, from baddies, booty hoes, to people shopping, clothes, housewives, so many different things, right? So I'm just like, okay, let me figure out what is really going on with the tea. So she starts with, you know, I didn't, mind you, I just want to disclose that I did not see the full video. I just literally was glancing, I saw this clip, and I'm just going over what she's saying, right? I'm gonna put the clips in there as well. But Carlos King asked, like, you know, why do you think the producers cut certain things out of the show? And I just want to first start and say this. Do I feel like Emery had was dealt a bad hand? Yes. Just because, like, literally 6 weeks into filming, she came into the show. Like, at that point, it's just like, you should have been a friend of the show, but they made you a housewife. I guess because it seemed like they just wanted you to go out the setting. You did it. It was what it was. You got the housewife. Boom. However, I feel like her biggest regret, this is just my point of view, is the fact that she should have went into the show being her authentic self, showing her authentic self, instead of just going on the bandwagon and going after something. Her words, not mine. It would have been a little bit more authentic, but it seemed very much produced and pushed, right? But, you know, she get on the whole situation because Carlos King asked her, like, you know, these comments had been coming out about your husband, you know, being transphobic, this and the third. I'm not really clear on the comment. The comments was about women in transgender women in sports, right?
That calling someone transphobic is a very hurtful, very disgusting, and very damaging thing to say.
And I would like to say that calling and saying another black person to say that they're using the race card is not only hurtful and damaging, but it's disgusting. Shame on you.
I'm not transphobic. I support the trans community, I support trans rights, I support women's sports. So the issue arises because of transgendered female athletes competing in sports with cisgendered female athletes.
So the comment was about transgender women in sports, and basically in cisgender sports, and people feel like there's an unfair advantage. She goes over, like, you know, the wingspan, the hand dynamic, all these different things. My whole thing is this. Like, you know, I understand if they want to play in a sport, they want to play in sport. I mean, nobody brings it up when they lose, but when they win, then that's when it becomes like, oh, this is unfair. I don't know. I just felt like her comments about the transphobic situation didn't really help much. It seemed like she made the comment, but it's just like, okay, she made the comments, but she was like, well, we're not transphobic. We're not that at all. We just don't want them. You know, I agree with my husband. We don't want them to play.
Housewives.
All the housewives together. We filmed this, and you know, it was literally hours and hours of me being badgered and attacked on this topic.
I felt like a lot of people are throwing out the transphobic comment very loosely, and That's not my point of view. I'm not really going to be that person to throw out such damaging words about people very loosely. I'm not really going to get into that gig, right? She gets on the whole thing about Garcelle throwing out the race card. And this is where I feel like it's very dangerous for her in her position to basically come on to Carlos King and then try to discredit everything Garcelle has done, because to be honest, on the show you didn't have nothing to say. At the reunion you really didn't have nothing to say besides, oh well, you know, you didn't say anything to Sutton, which Garcelle came back at you like, I didn't need you to defend me. I didn't need you to have my back. So you're asking me to have your back, but you never asked for me to have your back, nor was I going to, because you're a grown-ass woman that can stand up for your motherfucking self. One,
that she's been able to get away with unnecessarily playing the race card so many times unchallenged, because who can challenge her, right? The other ladies can't challenge her.
Bitch, what? What's not clicking here?
Thing with her is like, you're trying to discredit Garcelle, basically saying she's throwing out the race card too much too frequently. And my whole thing is this: we've seen the microaggressions that has happened on the show to her, and people are like, oh, you're throwing out race. The only reason she brought that up is because the fans brought it up, and the fans are mad because people are getting held accountable. That's just what it was. Because to be honest, if the fans were in real life and they told somebody else that, oh, y'all bring up race too much, they know they'll get canceled. That's just what it was. But for her to actually have that come out her mouth is wild to me, and I don't respect that. Because yes, you might have an opinion about Garcelle, but Garcelle is trying to stand up and defend herself in a situation where it's like, this is what it looks like. Dorit, you're over here saying very much insensitive things towards a group of people, basically saying, like, it's crazy. So my whole thing is, we already know Garcelle and Dorit do not get along.
I understand.
That's not what you
and
said
I think
the other
anyone,
night.
I think
That's
anyone
not what
will
you said
understand.
the other night.
And my clear example is for Dorit. It's okay for you to talk about a home invasion that I think is, you know, insurance fraud, but do your own. Let's throw it out the window. But you're talking about a home invasion that happened months ago. But it was okay for you and Kyle and your husbands to laugh at her son being cussed out by Erica. And it was okay for you to tell Garcelle, well, you know, it happened a year ago, so you should get over it. But it's not okay for you to get over it. That's one example that we could really go down a rabbit hole, when she was over here at the dinner talking about, you know, my mother, you know, she has a lot of brown and, you know, brown colored people working at our house, you know. And Garcelle asked the question, like, are the brown people only helping and working there?
She's like, no, my mom's best friend's black.
Bitch, what? What's not clicking here?
Like, girl, like and then the whole bubble comment, like, there's too many things that go on. And mind you, Garcelle really only be clocking Dorit. They don't, and this is why I wish Garcelle would just say, I don't fuck with her because I don't fuck with her. It would clear up so much, because then people would try to say, oh, well, she always bring up race. I don't think that, because by you telling her that, to me, you're basically telling me, whenever I'm in a situation and I feel like I'm being unfairly treated, I should sit there and shut the fuck up. That's what it sounds like to me. But with Emery, I'm just like, girl, it's crazy that you really took that stance and had that come out your mouth. That is wild for me. Now, she talks about, you know, a lot of scenes being cut out and her basically being erased from the fucking season. And I do feel like that's unfortunate, because we did miss a lot of, you know, the women confronting her about the whole transphobic comments. You know, her mother, you know, rest in peace to her mother, on passing away, and like she finding out that she had cancer and all these things. Like, there's so many things that has happened for her that I feel like she did get dealt a bad hand. However, do I want her on my TV screen next year? I don't. And I think that the producer saved us, because we already know what she would have did. She would have went after Garcelle, and it would have been stupid.
And mind you, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, don't go after Garcelle, protect her, protect her. No, if she needs to, you know, come up to the table, come up to the forefront and have a season be about her, I feel like she can handle it. So I don't mind. Like, if they want to ask her questions and grill her and do what they got to do, cool, that's fine. But my whole thing with Annemarie is, I feel like she wants to come back into the fray to purposely go after her, to discredit all the things that has happened in the group. My thing, Emery, is the fact that you can't save Dorit, because what's done is done. She said what she said and she did what the fuck she did. So at the end of the day, I feel like you're trying to save her and try to get your diamond back. Just realize you're still gonna be diamond less, ma'am.
Because it's just like, That's all the story is always going to be them versus Garcelle and Sutton. But mind you, do I want to see Garcelle really get into it with the girls? Yes, I do. Now, Garcelle's not one to be scared to not express her opinion. So I am excited for next season. We'll see what happens. It's still when Dorit is over here pandering, trying to get another season over here talking about Crystal, but to just know. But y'all, I just had to get that off my chest because it was wild to hear her basically say that with Carlos King, and Carlos King, it ain't that funny, to be honest, sir. To each his own. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about 8.5. I mean, Emery. I just want to bring this up that Annemarie, Antibiotics, her husband basically spoke on Garcelle, basically saying that she acts pro-black, but she hates black women. Not my words. And then called Crystal Biden Minkoff.
She knew that her time was like, you know, getting cut short. She needed to really bring it. And she, you know, who better to like go at than the newbie who, and I thought that was my girl. She was a very different person off camera versus on camera. She's acting normal. I'm like, Crystal, like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is my career. Like, this isn't funny. You know? And she's like, no, it's fine. Like, Lisa Rinna used to make up stuff all the time. It's totally fine. I'm just so happy because now I have a storyline. I have my drama for the year, and I'll get to come back next year. Verbatim.
Now, my whole thing is this. While I don't like when men get into women's business, however, here's the thing. I would have loved this energy when they were actually on the show. Maybe she's trying to do this to, you know, get the producers like, oh, we need her back. We need her. To be honest, would I have let Emery go? No, because I knew the women would have told that ass up. But like she said, maybe they already grilled her on the questions. So what do they need her for another season? I don't know, but it's definitely giving a rejected housewife that's bitter as fuck. It's giving Teddy. It's giving Kelly. Is given, who's the other one? Buffy from Married to Medicine. It's just giving the ones that have been rejected, just still not letting the shit go. But y'all, let me know what you guys think about 8.5. I mean, Emery. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
So we really bonded over a lot of things. And, you know, with being the two black women on the cast, there are certain things that, you know, only we're going to kind of understand, and we need to lean on each other for those things and in those kinds of instances. So, no, Garcelle and I got along great.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and break your ear here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It's too sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't